pillar of Vision 2030 is seen as the weakest in as far as assessment of the success rate. Others, like the social pillar, performed better because of free primary education. Political pillar, because of the new constitution, performed much better. Yet the vision now, the Vision 2060, and I'm just trying to make a comparison, may require, and I think I've seen it on one of the front pages, may require the economy to grow by, on average, 10% per year for the next 35 years to take us to that status of first world. If at all, we're still struggling with economic growth despite the many changes we've done, including the new constitution and a better economic outlook, why do we feel that this could be a success in 35 years or even in 40 years?
Thank you, Fred. And you've raised a very paramount concern about how we expect the GDP to grow. And the government is proposing that between now and 2063, we'll be going on an average of 6.5% and to the highs of 7.2% in terms of GDP growth. But what are those drivers that will make us have that kind of growth? And you realize that Vision 2030, what it gave us was the base to ensure that maybe the way we are governing our country, it's in a structured format, so that the subsequent governments which come in are going to take that framework and roadmap and ensure that we build on that. But what you've seen over time is that each subsequent government, it will have its own focus. So instead of us having a strategic plan for the country, that this is the way we are going to grow the country, we'll have things being shifted, because for now, when you're talking about Vision 2063, we already have a Vision 2030, 4 years until its expiry. So my question is, why the rush? Why do we need to do it now? So we have an issue of timing. Why do we want to launch Vision 2063 when we have a Vision 2030? Is it too much to wait and say we start this conversation after 2027 or say 2028, 2029? And because we have 4 years to the end of Vision 2030, and the secretariat is saying that we've achieved 66%. What are those parameters that we were weak on that we need to address, as opposed to us having a plan? This plan it cannot be achievable as we speak for now, because the base which we set on Vision 2030, and you realize that Kibaki government came up with issues to do with economic stimulus program, where we are ensuring that the common mwananchi have money in the pocket. That was one of the base to ensure that everybody is entrepreneurial, bank rates opened. The regime we were operating on before 2030 was launched, we didn't have a new constitution. So now we have a new constitution. So the dynamics are too much different. So when the government tells us that we expect to grow by 7%, we expect manufacturing to move from 8% of GDP to 15% of GDP, yet you are squeezing these entrepreneurs in terms of tax policies and all that. So it's just a framework which you're being introduced into. If you look on this government, when they came into power, we had the manifesto for 5 years, bottom-up economic program. So was out of that blueprint, the manifesto of the current government, did we have Vision 2063 as part of it? But because things are shifted, we are now introducing new things to make us look very busy, but the timing is wrong. The foundations which will help us attain what we intend to achieve on 2063, it's wrong. So we need to change the way we are looking at 2063. Not unless it's a program which is going to come to, to have people have emotions. We know that there are two sides of the coin. There is the people who are saying the state of the nation is doing well, and those are the elites and the government. If you talk to someone in government, they say that the government is doing well. If you talk to a common mwananchi, they say that things are bad. So if you look on macroeconomics, the country is doing very well. But in terms of microeconomics, we are doing very poorly.
Pesa mfukoni hakuna kitu kama.
Hakuna pesa mfukoni. So what you are saying is, the government it's like we are living in two different Kenya. There is a Kenya where the government sees the country is at. There is a Kenya where the common mwananchi is seeing where the country is going. And until we marry the two, that's the only way we can be able to forge forward. But the main issue of Vision 2063, however good the paper might look like, or the document which will be developed will look like, the issue is the timing right?
Yes. Do you believe that assertion by the CEO of the 2030 Secretariat of the plan Vision 2030 was achieved? Issues to do with industrialization. We were to be a middle-income country. Where are we right now? Do you believe that assertion?
I think it's debatable. Because when you say that we've done well in terms of that blueprint, 66%, correct.
That's
because
two-thirds.
That's true. But you also have some other nuisances which have come to the country which were not there before. For example, the level of government wastage is too high compared to where we were. So that was not something which was being considered when we were formulating Vision 2030. We expected the government to operate in a very lean environment. Now the spending is too much. The level of corruption now it's very high compared to where we are at Vision 2030. Yes, so in terms of the blueprint of Vision 2030, we've achieved 66%, but you also have other major national importance issues which we are now declining so bad that for us to be able to achieve Singapore, last year, but when we started the conversation of Singapore, look at where we are coming from. We started from bottom up, from a wheelbarrow to someone owning an entity. We now moved not from wheelbarrow or mama boga. Now we are focusing on Singapore. Now it's not Singapore, now it's Vision 2063. So where is the country leadership want to take us? So there are a lot of bad issues which have happened in this country that even if Vision 2030 we are here at 66%, we have a lot more which have deteriorated as a country.
Even as the conversation continues, it is prudent to ask where the Kenyan is. And is a Kenyan being left behind? Have the politicians taken over this? And is it right to say that such a process, such a vision should be insulated from politics? Is it even possible? We'll be looking at that after the break. You're watching TV47 Breakfast.